so much for joining me today. My name is Tester. I am a Z1 concept educator, and I am very excited to be sharing with you all some tips on styling, along with introducing to you some new addition to our milkshake lifestyling line. And those of you who have seen our little sneak peek earlier know we're going to be going into a little PK, and then I'm also going to be doing a demo for you as well. And behind the camera, we have my good friend and coworker, Cass. She's going to be moderating, so feel free to ask any questions through the duration of today's live. So welcome to Milkshake North America's Facebook page. I wanted to start off by sharing with all of you the new additions that you may have seen in the salon. If you haven't had the opportunity to yet, some new additions to get very excited about. Behind me, or to my left, I should say, I have the Milkshake Lifestyling line in its entirety. And a lot of people would ask, how exactly can we add to such a phenomenal line? Well, as always, Milkshake definitely delivers. And we have 5 new additional products. But before I go into those products, I want to share with you some key factors or benefits that are across the entire line that you are going to be seeing in these new additions. Now, when it comes to packaging, Milkshake has a very beautiful, pleasant packaging that is incredibly straightforward as to what the product is and what you can expect from the product. I did happen to grab the dry shampoo, and I wanted to show you all on the back of our products here, we have a chart. And this chart is going to let you know just how much hold, how much volume, as well as the shine effect that you can expect to see from these products. And line-wide, I would say that the new additions to Milkshake's lifestyling line are great to, I would say, layer and to blend with one another. Because one very important thing about Z1 Concept is the goal to unleash your creativity as a stylist behind the chair and to further that on with your guests at home. So in respect to us unleashing our creativity, these products are very blendable and layerable. Our packaging is also incredibly eco-friendly, and you can expect to see that with our 5 new additions as well, as they are recyclable and reasonably sourced. Now, I want to share with you this first product with the packaging being clear. It may be a little hard to see, but I'll walk you through it. The blow dry primer has basically flown off the shelves, I would say, from personal experience. But the blow dry primer is going to be a very big benefit to not only your blow drying speed, opting for a quicker blow dry time, as well as helping prevent color fadage. And what you can expect to see from the blow dry primer is a bodifying effect, and I like to think of it as a primer like you would if you do makeup for the skin, or if you're a painter at home. We use primers to make our canvas even and consistent for the best results, and that's what you're going to achieve with the blow dry primer, is long-lasting, durable styles with a beautiful amount of shine. Here on the back we have 3 shine, 3 volume, and 2 for hold. So it's a nice flexible hold. Great addition to the family, and it comes out as a foam that's very weightless. Our next addition is going to be the medium hold gel. And I have to say the consistency for the medium hold gel is like supreme. Just as it says on the bottle here, it is very soft but effective. And what you can expect to see from the medium hold gel is the support it gives to your hair. So whenever you're blow drying finer hair textures, you can expect to see some additional structure, shine, and definition with your styles. This gel is also fantastic for curly hair too. And what you are going to see in the back is a 2 in regards to shine, 2 for volume and 2 for hold. So it still has a little flexibility to it, which I really enjoy. All of the products though, what goes into them is very well thought of too, because not only are they going to have benefits for the styling of your hair, but are very rich in fruit extracts, just as the whole Life Styling line is, and hydrolyzed milk proteins, along with Integrity 41. So you are protecting the color, protecting the structure, and giving some shine and vitality to the hair. The next product I want to grab for you is the Curl Shaper, which is a fantastic addition to those curly textures, whether you're looking to enhance a natural curl and intensify that pattern, or if you're looking to create some definition with some soft waves. You can expect an anti-frizz effect along with some definition with this curl fluid. And the reason I say fluid is because you may be familiar with our Curl Perfectionist, which is more of a cream consistency, and it has one more in regards to hold, but the Shaper is a fluid. So it has slightly less hold and a little more shine to it. But it's absolutely beautiful on naturally curly textures as well as artificial curls. Next in our line, I want to go over the fixing paste. The fixing paste is fantastic because it's going to provide you with a strong hold, and the fixing paste is also going to have a matte effect, which is really interesting and very cool because you can apply towards the roots, you can apply all throughout the hair, and it will not get too shiny. Being a strong hold, it still has some flexibility and offers support and structure, whether you were doing really short styles such as pixies, or if you're doing longer styles and you're looking to take away any flyaways. But the texture, I want you all to see, is quite creamy, and the way it sets up a little bit helps you have that all-day hold. And I have been loving to use that fixing paste to have like a little bit of grip and support to those styles. Now lastly, this product is super fun. It's the Powder Pop. If any of you have seen the Powder Pop or texturizing powder before, you may quickly fall in love because this product actually dispenses off to the side. And as you can see, the way it floats in the air is very fine. It's a weightless and light powder. So whenever you're using the Powder Pop, you can give a lot of volume to your style and almost bulk up the hair. And I'm going to be showing you how I like to use that here in a little bit. You can apply it directly to the hair, or you can actually apply it to your hands and then work it in through the mids and ends. Here on the back, we have maximum volume, 3 in regards to hold, and a 0 when it comes to shine. So again, it's going to be a nice mattifying product that will not be too shiny on the hair, which is fantastic. So with these newer additions to the line, I want to share with you some of my favorite cocktailing recipes for that. But first, I'm going to bring over our first model of the day, Lee. We're going to be setting over here. And Lee has naturally curly hair. I washed Lee's hair earlier with our Curl Passion shampoo and conditioner, and I used a lightweight leave-in conditioner. I actually used the Curl Passion leave-in to help give her hair a little bit more moisture before allowing it to lightly air dry. And what I want to show with you is how I enhance natural curls and how well the shaping or the Curl Shaper works with curls. Apologies. Okay. So our first style, as you can guess, can be a really beautiful curled look. But with all the models I'm going to do and the looks we are going to do, we are actually going to be taking our styles from casual to enhancing them and making them a little more done, a little more formal, so that regardless of how you're spending this holiday season, you have different options. Again, I'm going to start with my curl shaper. And I'm going to use a couple pumps. Apply it to the majority of my hands, and then work through Lee's hair. I want to make sure I'm getting to the base so that we still have that definition. And I'm also going to be applying, almost sandwiching through the mids and ends. Notice I'm not combing through the hair whatsoever. Because I would like for the majority of her curls to be undisturbed. I have a lot of guests, and I'm sure a lot of you out there have guests with some naturally curly hair or texture that are almost a little hesitant to wear their hair that way because they just don't like their curls. Their curls just don't work. But fortunately, that's just not true. It may just be a different technique they need to try or a different product that they need to try to help support their natural texture and actually enhance it. So I'm loving where Lee's part fell. And so this top portion, I will be shaping our curls. I did a twisting motion away from her face. And then we're going to pin these curls together. I'm using a couple curl pins just to hold those. And my sections are not too uniform. They are also not too large, I would say. But the real goal is so that we create natural looking curls. We do not want her hair to look like we just took a curling iron to all of it. So I am going to work on just the top portion of our hair here. I will say personally, if you have anyone that has hard water at home, this is going to be the driest part of their hair. And curly hair hates being dry. Loves the moisture, so that's why we want to offer some styling aids, the Curl Passion shampoo, conditioner to help bring the moisture back to our hair. But these curls need a little more help in regards to the definition. I'm not having too much tension too when I do this, and working different ways to see just where Lee's natural curl pattern wants to lay. I'll turn it this way here. So whether or not you are letting the hair air dry and reforming the curls once it is dry, or if you are starting from scratch, you want to make sure that you are using support products. And that's the best way to set yourself up for success when it comes to styling that's going to last all day, even multiple days for your guests, is prepping. Because without the aid or support of products, that style just has nothing to lean on. Another thing I want to point out is whenever you're doing naturally curly textures, you want to maintain a curl up closer. Whenever you pull that curl out too much, it does have a little bit more of an unnatural look, which can be very beautiful, but we're going for an effortless look here. And now Lee's curl pattern, I would say it would be medium a little medium to weak, I would say. Depending on your guest, they may have a stronger curl pattern, but that's why I chose the Curl Shaper to aid and assist our curl pattern, because I do want to enhance. And now, through the ends, I do want to dampen her down a little bit. This is just water. And I will be switching the head of my blow dryer to our diffuser. Alright. So, while I have my blow dryer on, please feel free to reach out and ask any questions, but the technique I'm going to be using with my diffuser is to grab the hair very close to its base and set into my diffuser. I don't want to move it around a lot because that can create more frizz and can actually pull her curl out. If you just pick it up and set it, just place it, that's going to like concrete that style a little more. The heat setting, I'm going to have it on medium and medium heat, medium speed. So I'm just placing that there. I do not want my ends to be dead set where the heat is. And then I'm going to crawl further up, keeping in mind my guest's scalp and their comfort level. Working my way to the back. All the motions I'm doing is to enhance volume and support volume. I'm not combing through or raking through with my hands or really pulling anything. I do not like leaving the heat on the hair too long, so I do shorter bursts or shorter sections, and then I work my way back the other direction. Somebody with a greater density of hair, I could have even parted her behind the ears and did another section, but with how dry we were, I would say we were about 50% dry. I opted for just doing a larger section and then our top portion. So I'll be working my way back around. You really just want to let your blow dryer do the majority of the work here. Now this part, I'll need a little bit of assistance from my model here, so I'm going to have you tilt your head back. If it's comfortable to scoot down, feel free to. So once I'm about 80 to 70% dry is when I have them tilt back. This allows me to get a lot closer to the base. And really you can see her curls coming to life. Okay, you can sit forward. Now I'm going to focus on the top portion. And I'm just checking the heat again, keeping her comfort level top of mind. So the goal is to almost create a casting on the hair whenever that product dries, because then once you go in with your fingers and shape, it softens and creates a beautiful definition. So I would say be generous with your product application because you will be amazed just how far along it goes and how much more successful you will be. So now I'm going to drop these pinned curls here. And just checking. Look how much bounce that has. And if you can see the amount of shine we have as well, even through the ends, which we are going to refine in just a moment, but that curl shaper really did a fantastic job of setting and holding along with providing that shine that we want to see. Okay. Beautiful bounce. We are going to hit it one more time. So I'm going to have you do this same motion, flipping backwards. You're going to quick hit. So now we have more definition, more volume, especially up at those roots here. But to take this a step forward, I'm going to use a 3/4 inch Marcel and reshape some areas that are a little too smooth for my liking. And while that is heating up, I do want to apply some of my medium cold gel. warming it up in my hands. And one thing about the line in its entirety is just how delicious all of the products smell. You can expect the same sensorial experience from these 5 products as well, each with its own individual profile, just as they have their own individual benefits. Okay. Now we will take a peek and see which exactly needs reshaping. I'm really loving a lot of it though. And I'm only going over parts with a hot iron or a curling iron that are dry. It's very important. So I pick out ends such as this that do not quite have a definitive curl pattern, especially ones that sit here in the front with the longer lengths. And I'm just going to curl the ends. Go about halfway before I take the very ends and curl in the opposing direction to create a very natural looking curl. Because if you see anybody with naturally curly texture, if you have naturally curly texture yourself, you know that not every curl on your head from base to ends curls the same way and uniformly. It has character and it has just different dimension. Also, the ends can be the straightest part, so we're just going into remedying that. Another way to curl I like to do that mimics a natural shape or more of a wave would be to wrap it around my iron, as opposed to just applying it flat. Because with this shape you can pull down and it has just a little more surface area there. I'm going to join the other side here. I'm going to use that technique where I split the curl. I'm curling forward with I'm wrapped around the iron once. And then I'm dropping to curl away, so backwards, and going through the ends. See how that has so much more character than if I was to take and do a flat curl? Whenever you combine multiple techniques into naturally curly texture, you create a more natural style with a lot more character. Or we'll do a flat curl. Just how much more we need. You really could go all day and you tell yourself to stop at a certain point, but you just have too much fun with it. And because for a natural curl, I did twist this towards the face. And I want a little more openness there, so I'll take the ends here One more pump of our curl shaper. As you can see, the curl shaper is not too heavy to apply multiple layers onto the hair. And then what I'm actually doing is blending those artificial curls that I created with her natural texture. Beautiful. So let's say that Lee has a little family outing or is wanting to dress up her curls and really switch it up because she styles consistently this way on a day-to-day basis. I want to show you a very quick way you can dress up naturally curly hair without having to go in and do like a full updo or do anything that's too formal. Really, we can use little tricks to do different styles and create different shapes to enhance our natural. So I'm going to take a tail comb, go about her recession here, and I want this hair out of my way. Okay. And the purpose here is I want to deflate the hair. So I'm going to pull it back, but I will be going from the top crown here down. Pull out any refining pieces you would like beforehand. You can do this afterwards, but it's a little more difficult and very easy to pull out too much, I would say. Now I'm going to use an elastic and bring my section all the way to the back. We want to be tight towards the back of the section, not in the middle or anything, because again, we want to deflate the hair slightly. So I'm grabbing my elastic. I'm not combing through and taking out the curl right there. You can if you want a sharper style, but I want to leave a little texture in through the sides. So, this would be beautiful in itself, and the way it just veils over does have a little deflation, and you can also still kind of see like a side profile through there. But I want to enhance that a little more. Another thing you can do is actually flip the hair entirely to have a side profile or side part. I'm going to take my tail comb, move a little this way here, and split the section horizontally in half. I'm just using like my finger as a placeholder here. So I split my section in half right before the elastic and right through, I would say. So if any of you are familiar with the topsy tail, that's exactly what we're doing. But the term, there's been numerous terms for it. I'm going to flip my ponytail through this section to help give it a little more character. So if you have one of those like loop tools, it would be very helpful. If you want to go old-fashioned or more hands-on approach, just have 2 fingers, pull that ponytail through. And then I'm going to just go in and give it a little character. Okay, this. Perfect. To really showcase this side profile off, use a bobby pin. And then I'm going to just pin slightly above here. Let's grab another one. And I'm quite liking having half of it pinned up, but we're going to mimic that on the other side here. Procession, straight back, flipping, down to the ear and up. Working lines. I'm going to secure with yet another elastic, pulling my section all the way to the back here, and securing. Again, I'm not going through that section, but you very well can if you're looking for a, I would say, more severe or like a little stronger look. Use my comb to push it apart. And our tuxie tail again. Bring 2 fingers forward, ponytail through, and just pull it on through. Okay. I want to check my balance in the front here before I pin. And just pushing that slightly on top. I like to weave my bobby pins back and forth because that gives you more hold to them. Beautiful. So this is a really, really fun look. Still nice and casual, not too glammed up, but it gives a little more interest and intrigue to our style. So we will be taking pictures after a little while. Thank you so much, Lee. I'm going to bring Gracia over now for the next portion. That's right. Again, Gracia was pre-shampooed. And I used the colored hair on Gracia's hair because I wanted her hair to have a little hydration and support, but something nice and lightweight. I'm going to grab our blow dry primer. And distribute this evenly through Gracia's hair. I would say we're about 40% dry. So I do want to reactivate our scalp area here and the base. And one of the cocktails I was wanting to show you is going to be our smoothing cream in addition to the medium hold gel. The combination of these 2 products together will provide some smoothness, but the amount of hold and shine you get whenever you blend the 2 together is amazing. And support to the style. Whenever I'm blowing out my naturally curly hair, I love a little more support, like a little extra support to the style because it does last much longer here. Combing it through. Again, to distribute. And then I want to achieve volume, but I want her hair to have a little texture to it. So I'm going to be working with it very hands-on. But first we need to lift it up a bit. And I'd love for you to get close here and really see the shine that we're able to achieve. Just that beautiful amount of shine here. And the mid along with the end. Want to see a lot of movement in Gracious hair. And then I'm going to grab our powder pop for additional support. I'm spraying directly into her hair. So even though our powder pop is a matte product, we've used our blow dry primer to help give a fantastic base to our shine. So again, sticking with our casual theme today, that's a little more done up, I'm going to be giving Gracia a holiday pony. So I'm going to step in front and visualize where our part is, visualize where I want to see my volume, which I want to see my volume up at the top, and really do not want a set part in her, through her style. So because we're having a lot of texture and a lot of movement through her style, I'm going to be using organic partings. So we will be going behind the ear, just using my fingers. I'll be mimicking this on the other side here. Perfect. Now, with the use of my bobby pins and an elastic, I'm going to create a bit of a bungee. So I will put one end of the bobby pin through parts of the elastic and then another through the opposing end. We're going to leave a generous nape section out. And lightly tone our texture. But I still want it a little wild. I still want it to have character. Going to secure low. Go vertically, downwards. Wrapping around. Pick it back up. And finishing out my pony. That powder pot really thickened your hair up. It feels awesome. There we go. Do you feel nice and secure? Awesome. Place and piece. That top, beautiful. Checking our profiles here. Now my side sections are just going to go, we're actually going to go underneath. And I will be securing with an elastic. Take care of any funky loops. And secure directly underneath that ponytail. Whenever you do two ponytails, it actually makes this area look a lot fuller. Going to clean up our sides with our bobby pins here. So really I just want to provide a little combination. Yep. And here's where it gets fun. That nape area that I set to the side earlier is going to go on top of our ponytail. I do want to lightly comb through. Then with these two sections, leaving them apart, we are going to just create a simple knot on top. So you want to cross and then push through. This I want to be nice and clean. So you provide a little more interest. I'm going to bring these two ends down underneath her ponytail and then secure them together with an elastic. Now this needs to be tight too. What's my apologies? So this needs to be tight so that that knot stays right on top of the elastic, because the goal is to hide the ponytail. The goal is to make it a little different than different ponytails that you've seen before. So you have secured. Keep up. And then look how clean that is. Lastly, we did not forget about our fixing paste. I'm going to warm this fixing paste up and refine our look. Smoothing our flyaways at our knot. And giving character to the rest. Lastly, if there's anything else that is hidden, it may be that very bottom. So I'm going to take a bobby pin here. Oh, actually, that's pretty good, but just push it straight up. Give a little more support. So I'm going to turn Gracia here so you can see all angles. Just need to get that out of the way. And she is ready for anything that comes her way today. Beautiful. Another thing you can do is do a double knot. Really, you can create a lot of different and very cool ponytails by leaving out a section, doing a braid, doing a knot, any type of twist to give it a little more character. But the most important thing is to create a successful, enduring style, you need the help of styling aids. So I really loved grabbing my fixing paste for my refinement work, starting with our blow dry primer to help prepare the hair, and finishing, or not finishing, but supporting her mids and ends with the medium hold gel. The medium hold gel also worked fantastic on Lee's hair to create a little more shine and definition, and the curl shaper to emphasize and enhance her natural curls. So in a line such as lifestyling that seemed to be complete to begin with, there are these new options that actually help enhance your styles that much more, enhance your creativity that much more, and I hope you all are excited to grab them off the shelves and try them out, try some additional styling techniques that I showed you here today, and have a lot of fun with it, especially this cover puff. I mean, it's a really cool application. So thank you so much for joining me today. Keep your eyes peeled on all of our social media outlets such as Milkshake North America and Z1 Concept. Also on Instagram, you can find us at Milkshake USA. We're currently having contests going on and different classes. So join us whenever you can, and thank you so much.